Hi there, thank you for watching this video. This is Gopalakrishnan. In this video, I will be explaining about one of the famous design pattern, that is observer pattern. To explain this pattern, I have come up with the concept called stock exchange. Stock exchange is the place where the stocks will be purchased or sold, right? So the requirement of this application is when there are stocks are being traded, the stock exchange should be able to communicate the happenings to its interested parties, and we call it as observers. So the observer are interested on the subject stock, and stocks are handled in stock exchange. So let's see how this requirement can be implemented, and the observers can subscribe or unsubscribe to receive the communication from the stock exchange. So the stock exchange should have the ability to allow the third party or the observer to subscribe or unsubscribe. So I define the I subject interface and it declares to these two methods. So the I observer is interested in receiving the updated stock price. So that's the reason I have declared the method in the I observer interface, and it will actually provide update about a ticker. It's a short form of a stock, and along with it's the price. So I have also created another interface subject, and it is extending the I subject. It is to declare the method get stock price for a given ticker, and we will see how this will be used in later. And I have defined the stock exchange here. It implements I stock subject. So the stock exchange will have details about the various stocks and its price, and it will be stored in this dictionary. And when the stock exchange is getting initialized, it initializing the tickers with the default values. So in this case example, I have taken ABC and XYZ as tickers, and both prices are 5. So in stock exchange, we can perform two operations: buy stock, sell stock. And when the buy stock is invoked, the price of the ticker is getting updated. Similarly, when the sell stock is performed, the price of the ticker is updated here. And in order to allow the observer to subscribe to receive the communication, these two methods are implemented: subscribe and unsubscribe. So basically, it is the implementation of I subject, and then to get the price about a specific stock, the get stock price is implemented, and it is the implementation of I stock subject. So on subscribe, we have a list, the local list private. It is called observer, and that is initialized with empty list. When we initialize this stock exchange object, and then when the subscriber subscribes it, it checks the existence of that subscriber in the list. If not, it is adding. Similarly, when they do unsubscribe, it checks the existence of that observer, and then it removes it from the list. So when the stock price is getting changed, it invokes the method stock price changed. So this method is responsible for communicating all the observers about the happening. And when this method is getting called, the observer receives the communication from the stock exchange, and then it prints the data. So when the object is getting disposed, it is unsubscribing from the stock exchange. So on initialization, it receives the stock exchange as the parameter and constructor along with the instance name, and then it does subscribe to the stock exchange. So let's see how all these pieces are running together. So in this is the main method block. If you may wonder where is the main method. So from C sharp 9, we no need to define the main method. So this is called top level statements, and any one file will can have this kind of definition. If we have a similar definition in another file, it will throw error. So what will happen is when we write the code, the compiler will detect that there are top level statements given here, and will wrap all the codes given here inside the main method by the compiler itself. So it actually saves sometimes. That's the purpose of top level statements. And let's see how about our subject. So when the program is started, it receives the welcome note, and then it initializes the stock exchange object, and then a tracker object is initialized along with the parameters as stock exchange and the respective observer name. So in this case, Yahoo Finance is an observer, and then Zerodha is another observer, and it also subscribes to this stock exchange. So the constructor of this observer does the subscribe, and then this loop will be iterated for 3 times to perform some trading simulation. So there are two tickers defined in the stock exchange in this example. One is ABC, another one is XYZ, and both will have the default price as 5. So in the 3 loop, ABC will get incremented by one number every time when the loop runs, and XYZ will get decremented by one number on each iteration. So when this trade is happening, these two observers, those are Yahoo Finance and Zerodha, they should actually display this data in their portal or on their platform. And when the second iteration completes, Zerodha is unsubscribed from this loop, so it will not get any notification regarding the third loop trade, but the Yahoo Finance will still continue to get the communication and it will display the update. So this is the idea of this program, and let's see at runtime. So as mentioned, it is giving a welcome note, and then Yahoo Finance Zerodha has subscribed to the stock exchange. Then the buy order is for ABC. So when the buy order has completed, the Yahoo Finance and Zerodha both are displaying the latest price of ABC, and then the sell order is happening for XYZ. So when the sell order completed for XYZ, Yahoo Finance and Zerodha both displays the current price for XYZ. So initially the value was 5, now it got decremented to 4. Similarly, ABC, the initial value was 5, now it is 6. And on the second iteration of the loop, again, the buy order for ABC is happening, and now the current value is 7. Yahoo, Zerodha both displays these details, and then the sell order is happening for XYZ again. Yahoo and Zerodha both displays the value as 3, And at the second iteration, after the second iteration, Jarada unsubscribes from the stock exchange. And then during the third loop, the buy order is again happening for ABC. Now the stock value is 8 and only Yahoo Finance is displaying that. And sell order completed for XYZ and Yahoo Finance display the same but not the Zerodha because it has already unsubscribed. So this is how the observer pattern can be implemented. So in this implementation, the exchange is pushing the update to the observers. So it is actually posting the details then and there when the respective events are happening. Sometimes the third parties may not be interested in all the updates. They might want to have the update in a periodical manner. So on those cases, the observers can pull the detail as per their interest. So in order to leverage that, we have provisioned this method get stock price. So if the observer can pull the stock price as they need, they no need to subscribe. Instead, they can just invoke this method based on their time period choice, and they can get the details about the price of a given ticker at any time. So the point is there are two types of communication can happen. One is push, another one is pull. So it depends on the requirement. We can either select push or pull. So this design pattern actually helps us to build the loosely coupled communication between the objects. Those are all interacting. So in this example, stock exchange is one entity, observers are another entity. The stock exchange knows the observer through the I observer interface only. It does not know who are all the observers are. Similarly, the observers also subscribe to the stock exchange based on I stock subject. So the exchanges also can be anything. For example, Nasdaq, SP 500, something like that. So both the observer and the subject interact with each other by just knowing the interface alone, and it is called loosely coupled design. At runtime, the respective concrete implementation will gain the benefit out of it. So that's the motive of this design pattern. Thank you.